And you will see some of that tonight with some of the presenters. It educates and raises awareness for women's equality. It calls positive change in advancing women and our fellow women. Lobbying for accelerated gender parity. It is renowned that the wage gap between men and women is quietly dispersed. And it also raises funds for female-focused charities. The theme of the International Women's Day 2023 by the United Nations is Embrace Equity, a very confusing term where people separate equality and equity as the same thing. And as an economist, I will just share with you an exercise. So equality is myself, Behin Sevika, Mataji, Udidi. We all have the same amount of money. We have the same 10-bedroom house with 11 toilets. We have the same Mercedes-Benz. We have the same things. So we have the same things to give us access to get to the next step. That's equality. Equity is Dedi Sivika has longer hair than me. Mataji has cuter cheeks than me. Mataji, you have more bangles than I have ever seen. DDG, you have a beautiful watch, probably Michael Kors or Movado, one of these fancy things. We're different. As a female professor of economics, one of the things I tell my students, economics is not a female-dominated field. But by understanding that you are different, you are different, you are different, every one of us is different, it gives us an advantage ahead in life. Don't look at it as something bad. Look at it as something to embrace. So I invite you all to take your two arms and put them around you and embrace equity. That is the theme of 2023 International Women's Day. I now want to invite Pandita Amrita Ramuta. She is not here. All right, so Pandita Sai, I'm going to call you to the fore then. Yes. So I'll just, if somebody's not here, I'll just give somebody else on the program, which saves time. So Pandita Sai is one of our Panditas here, and she's our stage coordinator. She comes without me having to introduce her. She's just fabulous.
Thank you very much. Namaste, everyone. International Women's Day is no longer a new topic for us. It is celebrated across the world for us to recognize and appreciate contributions and achievements of women in various fields. The various fields are women leading army. We see women protecting our borders. We see so many different things women doing because they are not weak and they are not frail. They build empires. They can move mountains. They can push all boundaries. They struggle for peace, for justice, for equality and liberty for us all. They cross all hurdles and make tremendous improvement in all spheres of life. They are ready to stand proud for all that they are and what they should be or could be. This celebration gives encouragement to women, the feminine force, a full voice in participation and leadership in every aspect where we need women of courage, of ingenuity, in vision and achievement to realize their own potentials. This awareness are eminent to those who have pushed the frontiers of women's leadership and have paved the path for other women, for other daughters, for other sisters to follow in their footsteps and to become future leaders. That is why Women's Day is celebrated with so much zeal that spread throughout the world. The world unites to appreciate all of their courage. Women have shown that when participative in decision making and when exercise leadership, even in a home you see that too, that they mostly they bring something very unique and special of high value and leadership. Women can change a home, they can change a family, they can change a village and even the whole world. Through what? Through their voice, through their strength, and through their convictions. Our history is very rich, which give us amazing stories of strong, courageous, and brilliant women. Even the Vedas emphasized endless glory of respect to the feminine force. The Vedas tell us that God is the creator and woman is the procreator. She has the power to create, to nurture, and to transform. All created people of the world are born from the womb of woman. And all great men have taken their initial teachings first and foremost from the womb. A woman usually embodies the ideal of inner dignity. You can get her love in so many different forms, as a sister, as a friend, as a wife, as a mother, as a grandmother, and many more feminine attributes. Today, woman is no longer a dependent soul. She is independent, and she is self-reliant in every aspect and is capable of doing everything. Let's recognize the importance of their experience and let us motivate them for future achievements. This beautiful creation of God, aren't we? That radiates like the sun with values, paving the way for new generation one after another. Imagine life without them. We all look up to strong, independent women. But how do we become one ourselves? The most important thing we can do for each other is to expand our sense of possibilities. Find a common ground and pool our resources and work together to bring new dignity and respect to women all over the world. We need to live in a culture that values and respects women, a culture that looks up to idolize women as well as men. We do not wish that women to have power over men, but over themselves. We need to reshape our own perception of how we view our own self. Whatever we do, let us do it differently and more ambitiously. Be preserving and trust yourself. Don't fear failure. Dare and get what you want. Be the candle of the mirror that reflects it. One single candle can light the entire world. I asked why this is so because so many awareness and acknowledgement of women's contribution of life, society, to work, to family, let us salute their strength and resilience and sacrifice. And women is still, with all of these, they still have been treated unjust. I think it's worth asking ourselves why we are celebrating this day. The reasons are evident among us. Yes, we should celebrate this day because we are heroines, even as we contribute to endure massive gender disparity. There are verbal and psychological violence and other forms of discrimination among women and girls. They are those who have been told that she can't attend school, although her brothers can. Who is forced into marriage as if her life weren't her own. Who is bought and who is sold. Who weeps or who can no longer weep. Who is beaten and fearful, who is beaten but fearless. Who is starved because she speaks. Whose house is bombed where village is razed. Who is stoned for adultery because she is pregnant. Who is stoned for a rape that made judge call adultery. Whose family erased her, whose community evict her, who has just enough money for a sandwich. Who carefully slices that sandwich for her children to eat. They are those who is denied a single day to spend with their children. Who takes on 3 jobs to keep their family off the street. Who watches over our children in playgrounds while her own grow up motherless. Who is told she is nothing, but she is everything. Who is told she is dirt, but she is art personified. Let us bow in reference to Rishi Dayananda Saraswati. What we are today is all due to his hard work and dedication. He made it possible for us. He opened schools. He made girl child to go to those schools to read and to write. He abolished child marriage, and he made it possible for women to be a priest. All the mothers and sisters, they support events after events even here in the Gurukul. So they develop confidence in themselves too, while they encourage all to believe that they are better, if not equality. If not they are better, they are equally good as anyone else in this world. In spite of failures and falls in life, we can all still be able to stand and face life courageously with enthusiasm and a smile on our face. It's not just women's support that will matter, but men's support, without which true empowerment cannot be achieved. For men played very important roles. They are fathers, they are brothers, they are grandfathers, they are uncles and they are husbands, they are sons and they are teachers, they are gurus, advisors and they are friends. The influence of all roles is extremely vital for the true empowerment of a woman. So not the woman alone is strong, the men are strong together with us. So let's not put them aside. Women, we should all rise and realize your worth and boost yourself to achieve as per your potential, but do it with humility. That really matters. So thank you very much for giving me this time.
Thank you, Pandita. Pandita Amrita, namaste and welcome. I had Pandita Sai go ahead so you could settle. So now I will invite our daughter. It feels so funny. She is younger than me. Pandita Amrita sing Ramuta. Pandita, you going to sing? I wasn't sure. Yeah? Oh, speaking. Okay, sounds good. You look beautiful today.
Sadhu Supreme, Namaste. May I kindly ask all of you to clasp your palms, close your eyes, and join me in prayer. Om Stutamaya Varda Vidumata Prachodayantam Pavamani Dvijana Ayuho Pranam Praja Pashun Kirtim Dravidam Brahmavarchasam Mahyam Dattva Vrajata Brahmalokam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The theme of this year, International Women's Day, is to accelerate equality. And many years before, we've been talking about parity, equality. These terms mean something, especially to the mothers. Despite the antiquity of the Vedas, antiquity means old or timely. People would say that Vedas are old and they may not be applied or be applicable to these days. However, Vedas preach the most modern and the most progressive thoughts. Both Vedas, in terms of this topic that we're dealing with, women, both man and woman enjoy equal rights. In a home where both man and woman enjoy equal rights, then only we know this, that home will make progress, will succeed. For husband and wife, Vedas make mention of the word dampati when it refers to each householder, which dampati means two masters of one home, not one subordinate, not one lower and one higher, as the popular belief is, but two masters, meaning they're both equal, man and woman. Not only the husband of the home, but also the wife is the equal owner and of equal importance in this home. Both enjoy the same prestige, both enjoy the same power, and both enjoy the same position in the home. None is subordinate, lower than the other. They are both equals. The performance of a yajna is considered complete, and we do yajnas every Sunday. But when we're doing one in a household, the performance of a yajna is considered complete when both the husband and the wife sit and make offerings, and if there are children in the home, they too sit and make offerings together. The woman enjoys the same right as the man. The woman enjoys the same right to study, to even preach, like myself, Pandita Sai, Pandita Gayatri, Pandita Indrauti. We have numerous Panditas in this mandir, in this Gurukula. But it is also because of Maharshi Swami Dayananda that we were given that opportunity to do so. Without him, we would not have the status we do today. And they also have the ability to preach the worthy philosophy of the Vedas. At the time when Swamiji came, women were pushed on the side and they were thought of not being equal, not being given the opportunity to study. But he changed all that. And he had our scriptures to tell everyone what they said. And our scripture says, Yatra narastu pujante ramante tatra devataha yatra etastu na pujante sarva सर्वास्तत्र अफला क्रिया, सर्वास्तत्र अफला kriya. Where women are provided a place of honor and given their due respect. Even the gods, blessed people, people who are godlike, dwell there. Gods dwell there. People who are very noble, people who are very divine dwell there. Such a place is a blessed one. And the exact opposite is true also. Where they're not respected, where women are not respected, where they're not given their due respect, all actions, anything, whatever it may be, it remains unfruitful. There's no succession. There's no success. It doesn't bear fruit. Women had access to the highest forms of learning in the times of Swami Dayananda. And there were many seers and philosophers among them. To name a few, there was Maitreyi, there was Ghosha, Lopamudra, Gargi, and Indrani. Women enjoyed a freedom of choice. Girls were normally not married until they were in their late teens and sometimes even later. They had the ultimate choice, and that's an important word. They were not forced into marriage, they had the choice in the selection of a mate, of their husband, which was evidenced by the then prevalent Swayam Vara. Swayam means self, and Vara means groom. Choosing the groom for yourself. Swayam Vara system. In our culture, in our past, we all know the story of Sri Ram, Mata Sita. It was only when Mata Sita said yes to marry Sri Ram, then her father gave her away. Had she said no, there would have been no marriage. Rig Ved also tells us an unmarried, learned daughter should be married to a bridegroom who, like her, is learned. Now, if women were not at the time given a chance to be educated, which was the popular belief, and I'll tell you where that belief came from, but in our times, when we had daughters and mothers, they were all given the opportunity, and Swami Dayananda fought for that. Never think of giving a daughter in marriage at a very young age. That's what Rig Ved tells us. Yajur Ved similarly states, a young daughter who has observed brahmacharya, that is, finished her studies, should be married to a bridegroom who, like her, is learned too. And that's equality, because just as the boy is given the opportunity to learn, just in the same way, the girl, the daughter, is given the same opportunity. Women from the Kshatriya class received martial arts courses and arms training. They were given the opportunity to even learn weaponry. Not only were they given the opportunity to be highly educated, but they were also taught how to defend themselves should the opportunity arise. Women were allowed to remarry. Again, Swami Dayananda fought for that. And they had a right to property. Maharshi Swami Dayananda fought for women to be given the opportunity to remarry if they so wished. He fought against the then prevalent practice, which we all know of, sati, which they set, if the husband died prior to the wife, they set her on fire, forcefully set her on fire. During the period, and this is what I mentioned earlier, during the period when the country, when India, was under the rule of foreigners, the position of women in society started to decline. It was the Western influence. Westerners think of women as being less than a man. And that's what was infiltrated into the Indian principles. But Vedic literature has always proven and has always maintained that women be respected and be kept at par and at equal with men. Strihi Brahma Babhuvetha. Again, our scriptures tell us, woman is God personified. Stri, women. Brahma, God. Babhuvetha. Woman is God personified. Why? There's a reason for it. God is the creator. Woman is the only procreator. I don't know of an instance where a father was able to give birth. Only mothers do that. She is the procreator. She is capable of giving birth to human beings. And for this reason, she carries out God's function of being the creator. We even say week after week in our Havan Yajnas, Matri Devo Bhava. Mother is goddess. As mother, she is a figure of profound reverence, affection, and respect must be given. They must be earned. A mother must earn respect. She must be respectful, and in that way, the children and the father will be respectful to her also. May I kindly ask all of you to join me in this bhajan as we end this short message on Women's Day. We all know this. Jo sunoto, if you would listen to our prayer, O God, Jo sunoto, then grant us this prayer. We all know we can wish for a lot of things, but if we do not pray and we do not have God on our side, then it may not happen. But we pray and then we help ourselves. God, the familiar statement, God helps those who help themselves. A mother would never tell a child, pray and you'll pass your exam. You pray and then you study and then you'll pass your exams. Om Jo suno to kahi Prabhu ji hamari hai vinti दुखी जन को धीरज दो हारे नहीं वो कभी दुख से तुम निर्बल को रक्षा दो रह पाए निर्बल सुख से भक्ति को शक्ति दो भक्ति को our devotion our prayer shakti do give it power O God give it the power to materialize भक्ति को शक्ति दो जग के जो स्वामी हो इतने तो अर्ज सुनो जग के जो स्वामी हो you are the God of this entire world this entire universe grant us this prayer make our prayer strong give it strength for whatever we're praying for. We're praying for equality this year for mothers and sisters and wives. Let us be able to have this materialize in our lifetime. जग के जो स्वामी हो इतने तो अर्ज सुनो है पथ में अंधियारे दे दो वरदान में उजियारे ओ पालनहारे निर्गुण और न्यारे तुम्हारे बिन हमारा कौन नहीं हमारी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन तुम्हारे बिन हमारा कौन नहीं हमारी उलझन our whatever challenges it is that we are experiencing take them away O God make it be fruitful whatever we're asking for make us be successful O पालनहारे निर्गुण और न्यारे तुम्हारे बिन हमारा कौन नहीं help us O God तुम्हारे बिन हमारा कौन नहीं because we have no one we can depend on we can count on it is you O God that we can count on thank you all for listening and namaste.
Thank you, Pandita, for that beautiful rendition. I will now call on our daughter, Ariana Prasad, one of our young Gurukul children. We do have a mix between panditas and children and singers, so it doesn't get too boring.
Namaste. I will be talking about women's rights throughout 3 centuries. Women were provided very few rights in the 18th century. Women did not have the capability to make contracts or handle their own property, also not to vote because they were always discriminated. On the other side, men thought they were intelligent, strong, and determined to society, and also were highly known to be powerful by the public. Over the 18th century, women gained the right to control their earnings, divorce, and custody over their children. Now, in the 21st century, it's way different from centuries ago. Women get to freely vote, freely own properties, and be able to have a good education. And lastly, to have a well-recognized job, and with that being well paid. Thank you, namaste.
Thank you, daughter. That's a great historic and futuristic. Thank you for sharing with us. Behin Chandra, are you here? Yes, okay. I'd like to invite Behin Chandra Prasad and her presentation. Looking beautiful as always.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you, thank you. It's on. It's a fancy mic.
I'm not a very good public speaker, but I'll try my best. I would like to extend a warm namaste to my Mandir community and to extended family and friends that come out to celebrate Women History Month 2023. I am very proud to say that in this Mandir, you see female leadership everywhere. For example, we have Behin Renuka, who is the Nancy Pelosi of our Mandir. She is at the helm, uniting the Mandir and doing a phenomenal job. Our spiritual leadership in the Mandir is female-driven with all the panditas. They lift each and every one of us every Sunday. Last but not least, my wonderful Mahalia sisters. They work so hard to make sure that there is food and a warm beverage for all. But today I would like to shine the spotlight on the young people. They are the future, and they have the knowledge to bring this Mandir into the 21st century. We must give them guidance and support. I know that they can help if we listen and accept. I would like to thank my Guruji, Dr. Pandit Satish, who fulfilled the vision of building the Ocean View Mandir with the help of many hands. He made it possible for this dream to come to fruition. I wish I had a list of all the names that helped, because it's important to mention their names. I had the pleasure of visiting this Mandir in Guyana, and all I can say is wow. It was so joyous for us to see the temple hustling and bustling with young children wearing big, bright smiles. I hope we can bring the young community of the Ocean View Mandir and the Queen's Mandir together for camp in Guyana. It would be amazing for the New York children to experience Arya Samaj in Guyana, vice versa. As shown in this very Mandir, women can suppress all expectations. I know we can come together and make this happen. I thank you all for listening. I would like to say one thing, what Pandit Sai mentioned. You might think that's way 50 years ago. It is happening right now. Today, I watched 60 Minutes about 2 weeks ago, and women had to leave Afghanistan and ran. You know where they went to? South Africa. So if we don't stand up today and make sure that we are heard, you're not fighting for equal pay. That would be nice. It's not about the money. It's about representation. That we must protect this democracy, that all of us together, what little we can do, it's so important. Each one of us can make a difference. I thank you all. And you're doing such an amazing job. It's so wonderful to see you.
Thank you, thank you. Next week, I'm giving a speech in Paris to a global organization. So, if any of you ladies, it's to women all over the globe, ambassadors and politicians and so on, if any of you have an issue you want me to incorporate, text me or tell me. I'm here tomorrow as well. Behin Chandra, you're spirited. When I run for office, I'm going to come find you. So, only because I'm drawing on what each of you said, as Behin Chandra talked about the Guyana's Gurukul, how many of us have visited the Gurukul in Guyana in Iflot? Show of hands. It is definitely a magnificent building. It's 5 stories high. It's painted the same color as this, same setup. The first floor is the mandir. It's beautiful, chandeliers. Not as many chandeliers as New York. There's one main chandelier. But the stage looks just like this. So you walk in and there's the mandir. Then there's a big eating area and a huge kitchen. The mahalas here, you all saw that kitchen, right? It was magnificent. In the back of the first floor is where Dr. Satish, his quarters are. And we have 6 female and 6 male bathrooms, full, toilet and bath, separated. The second story is 1 resident. We have 6 apartments, 6 full apartments. So you can live there. It has its own kitchen and its own residence. It's built like a Gurukul in India. I don't know which floor is which floor, but one side is apartments on the second, and one side is apartments on the third, second and third stories. On the other side, Dr. Satish has donated the library, and the Indian High Commissioner also made a huge donation while I was there in winter of last year. So we have a library devoted to that. The third floor is also a resident facilities. The fourth floor, we have less resident facilities, but we also have the Rishi of Swami Dayananda, which will be displayed on the ocean view towards the road. It is the highest building I've seen in Guyana outside of a hardware. And on the 5th floor, Dr. Satish would like to have a full Desi cafeteria. And my guest is a great cook, like great. I love dosas. Must be the only thing I love from South India. Otherwise, I love North Indian food. So on the 5th floor, we have a full cafeteria. So the cafeteria is magnificent, and I'll tell you why, because I love food. So in the middle, you have this like circular cafeteria, and around it, yes, I just made the circle. Around it is seating, where you can see the whole panoramic view of this beautiful country of Guyana. I was mesmerized. When I die, I want to live in a place like that. Just saying. All right, so we are going to break our stress, our serious conversation about women and our rights. And I will invite Behin Sita to come give us 5 minutes of humor. Where there's no jokes? Oh no, snap. Well, you all know the notorious joke. Women's Day was set for March 7th, but of course, women took a day to get dressed. So that's why it was on the 8th. My lame attempt at joke. All right, so I will call our beautiful daughter and a new rise and shine. Kavita, you are such a wonderful young lady. I can't wait to see where you will be 10 years from now. You will be a force to reckon with. Beautiful, graceful, and very, very humble. That's a great quality. So I'll invite you up to the mic now. Singing or talking? Just talking, okay. Beautiful singer. If she wanted to sing.
Namaste, mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters. Today, we gather here to celebrate International Women's Day, a day dedicated to recognizing and honoring the contributions of women all around the world. As we mark this occasion, it is important to remember the significance of the progress we have made and the work that still needs to be done. women have played an instrumental role in shaping our world. From the scientists and activists who have driven social change to the artists and writers who have enriched our culture. Yet, despite these accomplishments, women have often been marginalized and oppressed throughout history. International Women's Day provides an opportunity to raise awareness of these challenges and to honor the resilience and determination of women everywhere. We celebrate Women's Day to acknowledge the contributions and achievements of women in society, as well as to recognize the ongoing struggle for gender equality. While we have come a long way in the fight for women's rights, there is still much work to be done. Women continue to face discrimination and inequality in many areas, including the workplace, the home, and society at large. Therefore, on this Women's Day, let us recommit ourselves to the cause of gender equality. Let us stand together in solidarity with women all around the world and pledge to work toward a future where every woman has the opportunity to reach her full potential. A future where every woman can live free from violence, oppression, and discrimination. So let us celebrate this day with joy and gratitude, but also with a renewed sense of purpose. Together, we can create a world where women are truly celebrated every day for their strength, their resilience, and their unwavering commitment to making our world a better place. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you. See, such a graceful child. If I ever have children, I want one like her. Pandita Priya, did you have a presentation? I know you haven't been feeling too well. Me? That is a great joke. Anybody wants to volunteer?
Take a break with a musical.
Show of hands, who would like to sing? If I sing, we'd be doing the Barney dance. I'm not joking. Wow, I've never seen, y'all are making us look really, really bad to our guests. Uncle, yes, don't avoid my eye contact. Would you sing for us? It would be an honor. It's not because it's Women's Day you can't sing. They're clearly too shy. G, you'll sing for me? Thank you. Thank you, Uncle. Ladies, shame on you. See? This is why sometimes we struggle with purpose. We want to do something, but then we shy. Fight that shyness. Fight it. I went to a graduate program with 19 people. I was one woman. I was done in 4 years. I was a 28-year-old doctor. I went to the most racist part of this country, and I worked. I was called the N-word every day. I want you to know it's not easy. I worked hard, and I still continue to, and I will continue to. So sometimes we have to stand and just be that one person. I eventually left Ohio and came to New York, thank goodness. I was only called the N-word once here. Yeah, I was shocked. But the Midwest is not a cool place to live, if anybody is from there. It was really hard living there. I was in Ohio. The N-word. Gigi Haji, no, not Nicole, the other one. Uncle, you want to introduce yourself then?
Thank you so much. I don't think I need any introduction. Oh. We can, yes. Well, whatever we. Is there any drama? Yeah, we have And we will especially like to call Pandita Amrita on the harmonium, or whatever musical instruments we may have. Is there anybody who can play the tabla as well? Okay, we'll have to try with what we have. We shall be doing a song from the film Madhumati, sung by Lata Mangeshkar, Sangeet Salil Chaudhary, Geet Shailendra. Ajare परदेसी मैं तो कब से खड़ी से पाए अखियाँ थक गई पंथ निहार आजा रे परदेसी मैं तो कब से खड़ी से पाए अखियाँ थक गई पंथ से खड़ी से पाए अखियाँ थक गई पंथ निहार संग जन्म जन्म के बेड़े भूल गए क्यों साजन मेरे तुम संग जन्म जन्म के बेड़े भूल गए क्यों साजन मैं तो कब से खड़ी से पाए अखियाँ थक गई पंथ निहार
उदासी दिल तेरे हर सांस उदासी अजरे मैं तो कब से खड़ी गई Thank you.
Marvelous. Thank you, Uncle Bridgelal. Thank you, Panditas. Amrita on the harmonium, Pandita Priya, Pandita Padmini, I knew it was a P, I'm sorry. On the, what instrument? The dantal. And Usha Didi on the majiras. And young man, Aditya on the drums. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, do you know that women use about 30,000 words a day? While men only use half. I know we like to talk, but do you know why? Each one of you, you're married. Why do you say the same thing twice to Bhaiji Vishwani?
Because he doesn't listen well.
My goodness, that's exactly why. You see? Uncle, we have to say the same thing twice. Thank you, married ladies in the audience. Pandit Amrita is too newly married to know. She's finding out. All right. The next guest is a friend of mine, Maharshi Gupta. She is the director of the Indian Asian Division at A. Holly Patterson Extended Care Facility. I met her while I was out doing charity work, and she was there to give a talk about her facility and some of the things they do. She is a qualified lady with an economics degree, hence why we became friends. She is the co-founder of Smart Brain International and the founder of Share, and a very good friend of mine and a great cook, like I mentioned before. So I would like to welcome Mrs. Gupta to our Gurukula.
A very good afternoon to everyone. Namaskaram, namaste. Thank you, Dr. Nicole, and a good friend. Thank you for having me here. And thank you to the Gurukul. And I am so pleased and thrilled and happy to be here. I'm like seeing another India here. And I see 3 generations over here. Well, you all look so beautiful. I don't know who is first, second, and third generation. And such beautiful smiles and very heart warm welcome. And I'm just so pleased. And thank you so much for having me here. And again, you did mention their distinguished guest. Behind every successful woman, there is a man. And here they are to support Women's Day. So celebrating equality, like Women's Day, so bringing that into the content. So I'm representing A. Harley Patterson, the director of the Indian and the South Asian Division at A. Harley Patterson. So what is A. Harley? Like, who are we? So we are a nursing home facility in Nassau County. In fact, we are a Nassau County facility in Uniondale. We are right behind Hofstra University. And why am I here? Like, I was actually talking to Dr. Nicole. We had a nice, good lunch and chat. And I was telling her, like, I do have a little bit of, I need some help and guidance to reach out to the Guyanese community. Because I know the Guyanese community, especially aunties and uncles, and I'm like so, having so much respect for the community, because just not following it, but following the values and the discipline and the Indian traditions, like so sincerely, and like, just maintaining without any dilutions. So it is so beautiful to see. And now I'm like regretting, maybe I should have just worn a sari like auntie. And next time I'm going to be wearing a sari. And it is so nice to see the culture, because it takes a whole lot of effort to imbibe the values and the traditions in today's world. And for a country to just give respect to the home country, India, and then bring all the culture, just big hats off to you guys. Thank you so much. And it is so nice to see again the values. Talking about the values and talking about our culture, A. Harley Patterson, we have a separate unit just for our Indian and the South Asian community. Now, what food do you like? Like, American food, Indian food, Chinese, like what food do you like? We like Indian food, we like Indian fusion food, and we like sandwiches. So I always say in our presentation, we are a sandwich community, because we follow our culture, correct? We take care of our parents, whatever be the situation, at home. But why am I here talking about a nursing home facility? We are going to be taking care of our parents. We respect our parents. We love our parents. We are going to be taking care of them, ever. But what in case if there is a situation where they need medical assistance, whether it is Alzheimer's or dementia or short-term care, rehab, or a long-term care, or say you need wound care or even a hip surgery, or say you need like Parkinson's, or whatever be it, or nobody is able to take care of them at home. Everybody in New York, we all have to work 2 jobs and 3 jobs to make things work and to make our ends meet. But we also want to take care of our parents the way we want to take care of the parents, but they need medical assistance. So this facility, A. Harley Patterson, it is 589 bed facility. It's huge. It's a landmark facility, and it is located in the heart of Nassau County in Uniondale, right behind Hofstra. So it's been there for 62 years. First time ever, we have a unit for Indians and South Asians, all in one unit, bringing our own culture, bringing fresh food. Of course, your curries are different from our curries, but still we enjoy the curries. Equality. So we are bringing in right from our culture, right from our Desi Khana, and we all have activities basing on the Indian culture as well as American culture. And again, we all belong to the sandwich community. We take care of our parents and we take care of our children. So we still run around, but we still take care of our parents. How? They are sending them there to the A. Harley Patterson, and we are 3 daughters in our division. And we take care of aunties and uncles just like the way we take care of our own parents at home. It is our seva to the community. So I'm here just to let you know, if there is a need which arises where you need to send somebody to take care of them the way we take care of them, with medical assistance, with doctors round the clock. It is just like a hospital, but it's a nursing home facility. You have everything under one roof, right from on-site dialysis, wound care, Alzheimer's secure unit. You have our own Desi unit. You have PT, OT, speech, you name it. It's all right there in one facility. So you can spread the word And that is where I was asking Dr. Nicole, I need to spread the word because we see a lot of Guyanese community coming in. And we are learning, how rich our culture is, and they're all preserving the culture, and they feel so happy to see us. When we go and call them auntie, they love it. When we call them uncle, they love it. And they say, oh yeah, we play Pagwa, is it? Holi? So we play Holi. We played Holi at the nursing home. They say, oh yeah, in our country we say Pagwa. I'm like, yes, it's the same thing. So we are learning too. And we just want to connect to the culture and take care of all our aunties and uncles the same exact way we take care of them at home. So that is why I'm here, just to spread the message. And I know today we are celebrating a wonderful, outstanding, marvelous, admirable, and noble Women's Day. Again, thank you so much for inviting me. And yes. So the insurance aspect, that's a very good question. Anybody who has Medicaid, anybody who has Medicare, or you have private insurance, or out of pay, like cash, anything, we accept anything. We have an in-house Medicaid billing office as well, a business office as well. So if they have insurance, it takes care. And so we will actually be your network. We have a phone. You don't have to get bumped from one phone to another. We have our own phone number. So I'm actually going to be requesting some youngsters to distribute the brochures to everybody. So my business card is also there. My name is Brahashita Gupta, and our office phone number is also there. So we walk you through. We are going to be a bridge and a network between the families, between the medical team, as well as between the residents, aunties and uncles. So we are there Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and you can also reach us. We have a dedicated mobile number, where that number of ours, you can reach us if there is something. Can you please check on auntie? My mom is not picking up the phone. Can you please check on her? We go check. Auntie, your son is trying to call you. Can you talk to him? Or FaceTime. Or say, my dad, I'm just dropping off some food. Can you please make sure that she eats? Yes, we make sure. So whatever questions you have, you can always reach out to us, and we are going to be your spokesperson. We advocate for our residents at Ehali. And if you have any questions, you can call or anytime. Any youngsters, please? And thank you, instead of being on the gadgets and spending a Sunday afternoon at home, it is so lovely to see you all here. Yes, I'm going to be giving the brochure.
So, Kavita Didi, can you help me? Behin, Kavita Behin. And this nice young man. Oh, look, two beautiful children. Thank you. So, you have to make sure the Guyanese make a fried rice.
I see.
And they make a chow mein. It is spectacular.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes, so you have to add this on your Desi Chef menu.
No problem.
That's the only two things from this country I love.
Anytime.
Yes.
Anytime. Maybe we can have a live cooking session one day.
Maranuka, my godmother, she'll be happy to show you.
Will do. Thank you.
So my time has come to an end. I now hand the program over to my second MC, a founding member of the Mahela. My godmother speaks so highly of you, Didi, and your husband is such a wonderful person to work with. He's very humbling. He's very nice to work with. He's not machismo. He's just a normal person. And he always says the greatest things about you. So Didi Lalita, I welcome you to be our second MC today. You have a program?
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be with you today, and a very happy Mother's Day to all of you. Everybody looks so beautiful. I wish we would have more programs like this so we could all come together and share information, sing, listen to music, and have a good time. Oh, sorry. What did I do? It's my paper. Hey, why you can't? Yeah. Okay. So our next speaker is going to be our Pandita Priya. Over to Pandita Priya.
Thank you, Bahan Lalita. Dr. Nicole, our honored guests, and all present here, namaste. I'm not that too well, you could hear it in my voice, but I will say something. Part of my speeches was gone. They helped me with that. I will try to continue. Om Ya'at Mada Balada Yasya Deva. O giver of strength, you are under his shade. God is always watching over us. Where women are respected, there resides all gods. Wherever woman is suffering and crying, especially in homes, that home suffers. So let us all pay attention to these little points that I'm going to make. I will divert a little bit into this lecture. My humble namaste, good evening to all of you. Welcome to this Women's Day celebration. Topic today on Swami Dayananda Saraswati, who lays the foundation for a new India. Swamiji was the first to raise the slogan independence, Swaraj. Many of you know back home in my early little days, and older folks will remember the days when Swaraj is happening. We will walk with little flags and make long lines in all the villages of Guyana, even in Trinidad. And we used to march on that day for our independence. Around the world, this happens also. Swamiji provided an active moral foundation for a new India, the Swaraj hoisting the Om Jhanda flag and marched the roads around the world for the victory of women. The Sepoys Revolution, I don't know how many of you could remember that one, 1857 occurred. The revolt, the first war for India, independence began. In this whole ordeal, the Harijans uplift the emancipation for women. Swamiji targeted the womb of India, meaning the women folks, mothers, daughters. He stated that families are links making up the chain of society. Reforming families automatically lends to reform a society. Our holy Vedas was used to create specific guidelines on how to start families. Women and parenting begins even before the time the child is conceived. Conception of the fetus, planting of good seeds. Example, when you want to grow anything to become fruitful, example, the land needs to be prepared for crops, need for preparation for crops to germinate and grow and yield abundantly. In the same way, women bodies of parents also need to be prepared to successfully lay the seeds for a virtuous child. Fetus conception in the human world is fundamentally different from fetus conception in the lower animal world. In today's society, the government economically requires to nourish our mothers properly and provide an environment of safety and care for them. For the forthcoming fetus to be born, this would set forth a strong building nation. So in other words, Swamiji is saying if our children are weak and they're not healthy, we are not able, or they are not trained properly, we are not going to be able to mold a proper nation. Educating our mothers and respecting them will blossom into a nation of good children. Parenting and family, it's on the Vedic perspective. Social scientists will tell us that families are in crisis all over the world today. Teenage pregnancy, domestic violence, divorce, school dropouts, generational gaps challenges, and other similar crises. According to Swamiji, woman is a goddess to be respected by man, and man is a respectable god for woman. It goes vice versa. To consider woman an object of recreation and enjoyment, exposure and display of her body in advertisements, to exploit and use them for the recreation of man through their bodily expressions just to grab money is against Vedic culture. We should never engage in these type of activities. Human rights is equal to both man and woman. To remarry after spousal passing, it's your choice. Modesty and decency are the natural traits of women. But if the need be, women can also assume the manly power, just like the Queen of Jhansi. When there is a need that we have to fight, we'll go. Man plus woman are both equally responsible for making society. They have their distinct qualities, rights, and duties. They should not complain. Each other with grace and humility, treat each other with love and understanding. Anyway, therefore, a person willing to prosper must keep women happy with food, dresses, ornaments, at all times during festivals. I hope all the men are listening. What can we do for ourselves? Loving ourselves. Woman is the music of the mind, mentally, physically, and spiritually. She's pure mathematics. Through nature, the creator, your emotions and energies are organized. Nature will take effect and make things happen in your life. How can we transform our lives? We can organize our minds, emotions, body, energy to gain power through nature. You have the power and tools in your hands. My dear women, folks, we can all transform ourselves. How you may do that, may one ask? First of all, you can search for the divine within yourself. We all have divinity within ourselves. Have tools to make this happen. Example, practicing yoga exercises, hatha yoga, breathing exercises, doing sandhya morning and afternoon. Transform life creating process. The mind energy, life transformation techniques, and creating signs of involvement. Let us all be involved in our social activities. You should be able to help others and have an excess of abundance that flow through you. Always be a person of a giver. Enhance your perception and intelligence in such a right time and place to help yourself and others. Do not tell yourself that you are not capable of doing something. You are more than capable. Be within yourself sometimes. Gain independence. Muster up that peace and joy within yourself. Who should determine this? It's only you. We talk to ourselves and we can muster ourselves. Om Namah Shivaya. Be conscious in the present. Key to the lock is you. You're the only one who can open that lock. In the forest is chaos. This is a perfect system, a perfect example. In a garden, you have to tend to it or else it's gone. Weeds gonna take over. And we don't want that to take over us. Organize your minds. Make wishes. Like, I will give you an example. Empower your physical, mental, and emotional system. Move from compulsive to a boon. What brings comfort to us? Think possible, not failure. We should never think of failure. Always, like Dr. Nicole was saying, let us all be brave and let move forward. Have faith in Om. Fake thinking never works. Example, a child explore, continue streams of thoughts. See what you want in your thoughts. Think good and positive thoughts. Send good vibrations to the atmosphere. Thought will only flow freely within you. It will be manifested in your mind. You will be a service to this earth, but not a burden. Human beings are capable of love, God, the creator and creation. Be in joy or misery, stand up for truth. The sands of time shall continue to slip by with the onset of time. Bring urgency to shine. Rise up to the cause of love and grace. Stay away from lethargy. Feed the hungry and poor. Share your knowledge with others. Reflect to other women and women in the Vedas. We have people like Shakuntala, Damayanti, King Nala's wife, who was a queen, was a ruler of India. We can be a part of that again, once again in this universe. Parents should encourage good education for both girls and boys, not girls alone. Make scholars to enlighten families and nations would be like a rising sun. Women, you have a great role to play. Teachers, parenting skills, home maintenance, we as mothers display relationships that nurture and build bonds among our families and children. Support groups for family members, neighbors, and can involve in community services. Don't waste your time. Get involved somewhere. Involve in skill training, problem solving. We are never too old to do that. Make home visits to the needy. Participate in good communication. Go to the library for resources. Community supporters. Example, Mondays, churches, and many other places are in the community. So they provide assistance for us all. You have the potential to contribute to society. This is my little message to all of you, and I hope you grasp some of it. My namaste to all of you.
Thank you, Behan Priya. That was a lovely presentation you gave. Now we're going to change up the mood a little bit. We'll have a beautiful bhajan done by our very own Usha Jaikaran. We need the musicians. Oh, karaoke. Oh, karaoke, okay.
Namaste, everyone. Listening to all the speakers, we have a very wide variety of very brave women. I'm not so brave like the rest of you. I'm always getting nervous whenever I'm called upon to sing or to say a few words, but you're definitely an inspiration to me and to many here.
हमको हमी से चुरा
Sorry, this is not the karaoke version. I wanted to know how I sung so good. Just give me a minute.
चुरा लो, दिल में कहीं तुम छुपा लो।
हम अकेले खो न जाए, दूर तुमसे हो न जाए।
पास आओ गले से लगा लो,
हमको हमें से चुरा लो,
दिल में कहीं तुम छुपा लो। तुम पे मरते हैं, हम मर जाएंगे, ये सब कहते हैं, हम कर जाएंगे।
चिट्ठी भर सिंदूर से तुम अब ये मांग जरा भर दो, कल क्या हो किसी ने कहा, सब कुछ आज भी कर दो।
हो न हो सब राजी, दिल राजी, रब राजी।
पास आओ गले से लगा लो,
हमको हमी से चुरा लो, दिल में कहीं तुम छुपा लो।
हमको हमें से चुरा लो, दिल में कहीं तुम छुपा लो।
हम अकेले हो न जाए, दूर तुमसे हो न जाए।
पास आओ गले से लगा लो, पास आओ गले से लगा लो।
Thank you.
Well, thank you to our local Lata Mangeshkar. You did a wonderful job. And next on the program, we'll have our daughter, Manisha Subkaran, to do her presentation.
Namaste, everyone. I'll be reading a poem by Reese Leva called Remember Woman. Remember, woman, you were born life giver, miracle creator, magic maker. You were born with the heart of 1,000 mothers, open and fearless and sweet. You were born with the fire of queens and conquerors. Warriors' blood you bleed. You were born with the wisdom of sages and shamans. No wound can you not heal. You were born the teller of your own tale. Before none you should kneel. You were born with an immeasurable soul, reaching out past infinity. You were born to desire passion, abandon, and to name your own destiny. Remember, woman, remember you are more than you can see. Remember, woman, remember you are loved endlessly. Remember, woman, your power and grace, the depth of your deep sea heart. Never forget you are woman, divine as you have been from the start. Thank you.
Thank you, Manisha. That was a beautiful poem you read. And now we'll have our daughter, Bhumika, to make her presentation.
Namaste. Today I will be saying a poem that reflects all women around the world. Never bow down or allow others to fix your crown. Let it shine on its own. See what it has become. Hold hand to hand with all your sisters. Be confident, be strong in all the obstacles women have overcome. We have more power like never before. Don't let them forget what we were fighting for. Sometimes women do not even realize how strong they truly are. Their perceptions of themselves is often overshadowed with what other people think about them. Don't allow the insecurities that other people speak over you to take root in your life. Instead, think about all of the aspects that make you a strong woman. Today, we celebrate every woman on the planet. You bring so much love and beauty into our world just by being in it, and it makes everyone a little bit happier. Happy Women's Day. Namaste.
Thank you very much. You did a wonderful job. Next, we call our daughter, Bhumika, to make her presentation. Oh, Behin Indira, I'm sorry.
Learned pundits, mothers, brothers, sisters, all, children included, heartfelt namaste to each and every one of you. Today we are here to celebrate International Women's Day. It has different meanings to each and every one here. But for today, I was asked to say something about myself and what I do. I'm not sure if it's everyone is willing to hear, but I'll share a little bit. From listening to all the speakers here, I can truly say that my life is what Swami Dayananda wanted for all the daughters out there. I grew up in a little village in Guyana, Lagrange village, just over the Harbor Bridge. My father was a school teacher, my mom was a homemaker. Even though she was a homemaker, she worked equally as hard as my dad to make life better for us. Without her, my Nana and my Aji, I would not be here today. I definitely want to pay homage to my mom. She's sitting right there. And thank her from the bottom of my heart for all the hard work that she did to raise us. After I sat common entrance, I was earned a spot at Bishop's High School. I was the first one from my village to actually went to a school in Georgetown. So I set the bar really high for other people to follow. They did follow. So I went to Bishop's. I sat CXC. Then I went on to University of Guyana. I earned a degree in University of Guyana. But at that time I went to university, we had to do national service. I don't know how many people can remember what national service is, but my dad he so believed in, having us have the education, he said, yes, if you think you can handle national service, you're allowed to go to University of Guyana. I did. I ended up, I didn't know what to expect, but we went there, you learn to shoot a gun, you eat rice with weevil, you drank different herbal tea I've never heard of, but it was an experience. And I went through it, I overcome it, made me a stronger person. And but I did not work in Guyana based on that degree. I came over here due to traumatic events that happened. I think a lot of older folks can attain to when we had the kick down bandits in Guyana. They actually came to our village. Our neighbor got shot in his hand in front of our eyes. My mom and dad said that was it. They, you know, they live a comfortable life, but they decide to make the move to come over to the United States. They made a lot of sacrifice, leaving a comfortable life and coming here. And after they came, then my sister and I came, my brother came before. And because they instilled in us that education is the way out, that's still in us. So when I came here, I went back to school. I earned my bachelor's from Hunter College. And then I went on to Adelphi University. I got my master's. Again, I set the bar again. I was the first person in my family to get a master's. So after I did it, a lot more of my cousin, my sister, my brother didn't do it. He's a police officer, so he doesn't need to do his master's. So I set the bar again. And after I received my education, that was when I got married. And I was given the choice of yes or no. It wasn't say you had to get married and you had to get married to this person. Again, I was given the choice. I got married. I moved to New Jersey. I ended up having 3 children, and I work as a speech language pathologist. I worked, presently I work in the Newark Public School as a speech language pathologist, so that is my job, and that is in a nutshell of my life as, you know, a Vedic Arya daughter, and I thank my grandparents for being Arya Samaj and switching when Professor Bhaskar went to Guyana, and they assumed this lifestyle, and they pass this down to my parents, and my parents pass this down to us, and I'm passing it down to my children. And as Pandit Rauti said, never let how and fire leave your home, and that is my ultimate gift to my children, is how and fire will never leave their home. And I want to, you know, pay homage to all our ladies in our mandir, all our panditas, and who is setting the bar so high for all the little girls to follow. And they are seeing that, you know what, we can achieve anything that we want to be in this life. Namaste.
Thank you very much. And now we'll call on Behin Savika to make her contribution.
Thank you. May I graciously ask Pandita Amrita, she left? Okay.
Tell me if the scale is good for you before you start.
We are women. We can rise above anything. So here goes. The song I chose is encouraging women, regardless of what your sufferings are, to rise above. And that's what we women do. We rise above no matter what. We rise above for ourselves. We rise above for our children. And I know a lot of topics were touched today, but as women, as a mother, a happy home brings forth happy children. A respected home brings forth respected children. A home where a husband respects his wife and they're both equal, children see that. Us mothers teach our sons to respect women. And when they respect women, they become successful in their lives, and their children will in turn see that. So it's a cycle, it goes on. If we don't teach our sons to respect women, if our fathers don't respect their wives and the sons don't see that, they in turn will think it's all right to disrespect and abuse women. धरती की तरह हर दुख सहले, सूरज की तरह तू जलती जा, सिंदूर की लाज निभाने को चुपचाप के आज पिछलती जा, चुपचाप तू आज पिछलती जा। अरे ओ चुपचाप तो आज भी चलती जा। अरे ओ रे, 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 अरे ओ रे।
Thank you very much to our Gurukul Lata Mangeshkar Behin Safika, as always, it's a pleasure to hear your voice. Everything. I mean, come on. Next, we'd call Behin Sintra to make her presentation.
Namaste, everyone. It's lovely to see all of your faces here today, and thank you to the fathers also who have joined us. So today, as we celebrate Women's Day, I just want to share that as women, we play many roles. An important role we play is taking care of our homes, making sure that it's clean, organized, and that meals are cooked, right? I know the fathers help too, but it's Women's Day, so I'm focusing on the women. We're also responsible for raising the next generation, but not just raising them, raising them to be financially literate. So a little bit about me. I studied business at Baruch College, and I have a bachelor's of business administration. And I eventually found my passion in teaching financial literacy and helping families build a financial house, like a secure financial house. So today I'll just touch a little bit about women and money. So some areas that I focus on is protecting your income, right? We make money. Money is also important as every other aspect of our life. Making sure you have adequate life insurance protection, creating a budget, right? Telling your money where to go. Have an emergency fund, create a will. If you have debt, you definitely want to pay that off. Saving for retirement, right? We can't always count on our children. We have to take matters into our own hands. So starting early is very important. College savings plan. Well, student loan debt is $1.6 trillion right now. So starting early is very important. And then other goals and dreams, of course. So here are some stats and about women especially, and this is why I'm very passionate about what I do, just going out in the community and helping as many people as I can. So let's look at this. The average life expectancy of women is 81 years, right? So we're gonna live longer than the men, which means we should prepare earlier, right? Women earn 83 cents for every dollar a man earns, right? It's still happening out there that we're earning less. But there's other opportunities that you can capitalize on as well. Less than 70% of women are saving for retirement. So it's not 100% yet. But, just seeking out the right knowledge, you can definitely be able to start early and make that 100%. Women are 5 more times likely to live paycheck to paycheck than men do, right? I mean, these are not pretty statistics. I know you came here for a positive evening, but we should still need to know what's going on out there. So here's something I'd like to end with before I finish up. Women with higher levels of financial literacy tend to save more, spend more wisely, and invest more than their peers. So that's what I'm here to do, encourage you to be financially literate. And to end, when women earn the money for the family, everyone in the family benefits. We also know that when women have an income, everyone wins because women dedicate 90% of that income to health, education, food, to the children, to the family, or to the community. So when women have an income, everybody wins. Namaste, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Behin Sindra. Those were very wise advice to our mothers and daughters that are here. I guess it's my turn. We're coming to an end. You guys must be hungry, right? We have some delicious food for you. So before we end our program, I have a very short poem that I'd like to read. Today is a celebration for women around the world who have dared to dream big ever since they were little girls, for the diversity and talents that lie within a feminine heart, for the courage and determination that prevents us falling apart. We can raise families, build businesses, and be proud of all we have achieved. Ladies, stand up and be counted. Smile at how far we have come and cherish every day as daughter, wife, companion, or mother. Don't let anybody tell you that they are set paths for you to follow. A little girl with passion becomes an inspiring woman of tomorrow. So celebrate all women and acknowledge the great things they can do. And tell a lady close to your heart just how much she meant to you. Mataji, you meant a whole lot to me. Thank you and namaste. And we have a delicious dinner for you. But before that, we'd like to have Behin Runika. We have a few honorees. Who are the honorees?
So I'd like to invite Mataji Suraj-Dai, Mataji Pranapati, our star girl, Pandit Gaifor. Pandit Gayatri, yes, you. Pandit Gayatri, when I first became a Pandita, she said to me, she said, don't call me Pandit. We were going on a bus trip. And she said, Pandita, don't call me Pandita Gayatri in public. Could you call me Gaifor? So the name has stuck with me. Didi Roma is not here? No. What you mean, young people? We have the most learned, most experienced woman. There's so much. If I could go into each one of your heads for a day, I would be brilliant. Mataji, I am going to call their name and you're going to go honor them with their certificates. So this is a certificate of honor awarded to each one of these wonderful mothers that we have in front of us for having successfully participated in numerous Women's Day over the years and for being founding ladies of this Gurukul. So Mataji Suraj-Dai Prasad, we thank you for your service. Mataji Pranapati Sukul, we also thank you for your service. And our most senior Pandit, Mataji Gayatri Chattergon. Pandita Amrita Prasad. So the poor is Mataji Roma Dhodnot. Poor is more busy than you and me. I'm going to tell you. That's true. But we want her name to be displayed in our pictures, Pandita. Thank you. So I'm going to take blessings from these three women and our young Didi Pandit. And Mataji Renuka, you will come close. So if anybody wants to come, take blessings and just honor them for all their service they've contributed and have had to us. Listen, at that age, to get dressed and to look as beautiful and to get here at 9 on a morning on a Sunday is not easy. I'm this young, and I'm like, ugh. And they do it. Every Sunday I see them. That's just a blessing in itself. So please take some pictures. So Maroon, will you close? And then I'll ask Pandit Amrita to do the Bojan mantra after Marenuka.
Before we close, I have some information for the people in Queens. Last week I was with the police meeting, and somebody from the executive from the sanitation department was there. There's changes in sanitation collection, and it's important that we are of it. The day of your garbage, after 6 p.m., and it must be in containers. After 8 p.m., you can put it in garbage bags. So please remember that, starting April the 1st, because it's going to be serious. They're going to start give tickets if you're not in compliance. That's coming from the sanitation department.
We're coming to an end. I know you guys.
Thank you, my brother, Krishan. I thank all of you mothers. I know it's an effort to come out today, and our fathers also. And we thank them very much for coming. And what about our children? How did they do? Mothers, how did our... Well, this is what I want to see, that our children comes out. We're supposed to have, now, Lalita and me, we discuss this, and we says, next year it will be the children. They will be doing the Women's Day. So children, please keep that in mind. And the first Women's Day that started here in this Gurukul was me and Bahin Lalita that started the Women's Day. And all our Mahela, we thank you all very much for participating. And our mothers, oh my goodness, look how pretty they look. My God, very nice. I thank you all very much. Bahin Sevika, for your beautiful song. Thank you, always. And all the Panditas and all our family, the whole family, the Gurukul family. May God bless you, and be here tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll have the Bojan prayers, and then we will say Aarti.
Namaste. Let us all bring this wonderful occasion to an end. Ata Shanti Pata. Om Dyahu Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti Oshadhaya Shanti Vanaspatyaha Shantir Vishvedeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvam Shanti Shantireva Shanti Sama Shantiredhi Om Shanti 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 Bhojad Mantra Om Anapate Anasyano Dehi Anami Vasya Shushminaha Prapradataram Tarisha Urjano Dehi Dvipade Chatushpade Om Shanti 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 Namaste.